Hello everyone, I'm Neil Kelly, Orange County's Registrar of Voters. It's an honor to welcome you to our team and to provide an introduction to your election training. I want to acknowledge each of you who may have dealt with coronavirus as a parent, family member, or friend. Our well wishes and thoughts are with all of you. In terms of our core responsibilities, COVID-19 is like nothing we've ever seen before. As you will see in this training, we have worked hard over the past few months on our election planning, enabling us to bring enhanced safety measures to voting here in our community. This will ensure that we are all here prepared to support our voters when they are ready to cast their ballot, and that is an obligation that we are honored to fulfill. Although I anticipate the vast majority of voters will choose to vote safely at home, for those voters that choose to vote in person, voting equipment cleanliness and physical distancing matter greatly. We have taken unprecedented steps to put additional safety measures in place. This includes added signage, floor graphics, personal protective equipment for our team members, single-use ballot pens, disinfecting supplies, extra distance between our voting booths, and much more. Understanding that many of our voters will have anxiety, you should be focused on providing excellent customer service. Make sure they understand their options, speak with authority, and keep lines moving efficiently but safely. Unlike so many industries facing the impacts of COVID-19, our planning has been focused on expanded growth, not reductions in service. It's very likely that the 2020 presidential election will set new records for voter turnout. To meet this demand, we built an infrastructure designed to maximize choices for voters, including full-service in-person voting centers like this, where voters can take advantage of all of our voting services. We expanded our mail ballot capacity, enabling us to handle vote-by-mail ballots from all Orange County voters if necessary. And we installed ballot drop boxes throughout Orange County, allowing voters to deposit their ballot for direct pickup by our office. Our culture is built on innovation and performance. That's what powers us forward. And I see that culture on display every day. It has helped us to become leaders in the election space at the national and international level. I'm counting on you to do what we do best, perform with excellence and with integrity. That's what defines us. That's who we are at the Registrar of Voters. I've never been more determined to see us through an election than I am at this moment. You should be very proud that you're making a difference. Please take care of yourself, your friends and family, and the community around you. Thank you once again for joining our team.
Hi, my name is Alex and I'm one of the Registrar of Voters Vote Center leads. I've completed my remote learning and hands-on practice session with the Registrar of Voters. Now I want to log into my Vote Center Pass account to see what my Vote Center assignment is and the date for setup day. Perfect. My Vote Center appointment and setup date have been posted. This location is about 20 minutes from home, and it looks like my setup appointment is in the morning before opening day, so I'll make sure to leave early to arrive on time. When I go to the Vote Center to set up, I'll make sure to wear my face covering for safety, as well as my customer service representative or CSR badge, so that my coworkers and I can identify each other. If your assignment has not been posted in Vote Center Pass, remember to check back regularly for updates. If you have any questions, you can contact the Vote Center Help Desk. Hi everyone, my name is Alex and I'll be your Vote Center lead this election. It's nice to meet all of you.
Hi, nice to meet you, Alex.
Let's bring over our supply carts and locate the site binder. Here is our Vote Center site binder. Let's review before we begin. Each Vote Center will have a binder containing site-specific information for the Vote Center. This includes the Vote Center room diagram, a work site plan with COVID-19 related information, instructions for drive-through services at select Vote Centers, and other information about the election from the Registrar of Voters. Take time to review all information as a team. So this is where our vote center supervisor will provide all of their contact information. Well, we'll be overseeing this vote center every day. The vote center supervisor oversees this vote centers and other vote centers in the area nearby. You can contact the supervisor if you have any questions, and the vote center help desk is available as well. Here is our vote center room diagram. It looks like we'll be setting the check-in station over here, the voting station over there, and the scanning area near the exit. After reviewing the site binder, we can begin the next step for setting up the vote center. Remember to always wear a face covering, use gloves, and practice physical distancing. The site binder will have information where you can find all your supplies and equipment. Take out a new equipment daily envelope. Remove the delivery chain of custody from the outside sleeve of the supply carts and confirm the serial numbers match for each security tab and equipment case. Record these numbers on your new equipment daily envelope. Remove the security tabs and place them inside the envelope. Put the envelope in a secure location. You will need it again after you set up the equipment. Now we can arrange the room according to the room diagram. As a good practice, wear gloves when handling equipment and work together to lift and move heavy objects. Each room diagram has been designed to follow health, safety, and accessibility guidelines. Check-in tables, voting booths, and scan devices will all be placed 6 feet apart to protect voters and CSRs. A measuring tool has been provided in your supplies to help you measure the proper distance as instructed in the diagram. Remember, you should never deviate from the diagram for any reason. If you have any questions or concerns, contact your supervisor.
All right, the arrangement looks good. Anyone at the check-in tables, we will be able to see all the voters and the rest of the room. The pathway is accessible and won't affect voters who are voting. And all the equipment is spaced or distanced at least 6 feet apart.
I agree. Let's start setting up. With the room arranged, now it's time to open and set up the equipment. Everyone should work together to split up tasks to set up each station. Let's set up the check-in station. This is where voters will be processed and receive their paper ballots. Remember, do not plug in or power any equipment at this time in case anything needs to be rearranged. First, place the tablecloths neatly onto the tables with the Registrar of Voters logo facing the voter side. Plug the power strips into an electrical outlet near the tables. Use an extension cord if necessary. Next, locate the large gray case that contains the internet router and set it in a secure area. It can take up to 10 minutes to boot up. The large gray case will also include the mobile e-poll book, mobile ballot receipt printer, the video conferencing tablet, a cell phone, and the vote-by-mail label printer. Place the label printer on one of the check-in tables. Open the standard gray e-poll book cases and take out the stationary e-poll book tablets and ballot receipt printers. Place an e-poll book and its matching ballot receipt printer onto each check-in table. Connect and plug in the power cords for both devices. Next, let's set up the ballot printing devices. 2 CSRs should work together to lift these heavy devices. Lift and place the P case next to the e-poll book on each check-in table. Locate the orange canvas bag and take out the set of keys and scan guns. Unlock and open the P case with the green key. Lock the lid brace into place so the lid does not fall and injure someone. Unlock and remove the screen from the cubby using the yellow key. Place the screen into the docking area and lock into place. Plug the scan gun into the lower compartment. Open the upper compartment and remove the power cords. Connect the power cord to the power brick and plug the cord into the electrical strip and into the back of the case. Lastly, locate the black ballot collection box. Remove the additional supplies and place commonly used items like ballot paper, gloves, cleaning supplies, and secrecy folders behind the check-in tables. Each check-in table will have its own set of supplies and a trash bin. Place all other extra supplies into the empty supply carts. Place the empty black ballot collection box in a secure location behind the check-in station. This black ballot collection box will be used to collect vote-by-mail drop-offs and provisional ballots. Okay, great. We're done setting up the check-in tables. Let's help the others set up the rest of the vote center.
Okay.
Let's set up the voting station. This is where voters will mark their ballots. Remember to arrange all equipment according to the room diagram in the site binder to ensure 6 feet physical distancing. First, set up the electronic ballot marking devices. Plug in an electrical strip into a nearby outlet and use an extension cord if needed. Remove the mini printer table from the bag and set it upright. Take out the printer and cords from the box and place them onto the mini table. Plug the cords into the back of the printer. Next, assemble the stand for the ballot marking device. Remove the table, legs, and privacy screens from the stand bag. Remove the leg extensions from the table and release the bungee cords. Lift the metal bars and pull the strap until the legs lock into place. Push the buttons on the leg extensions and insert them into the openings of the metal ends. Do the same for the long U-leg extension. Turn the stand upright with the U-leg facing the wall and place next to the printer on the mini table. Place the AW case onto the stand with the black foot pads fitted into the indents on the stand. Lock the case into place by pushing the small latch towards the back of the stand. You will need the set of keys, scan gun, and headphones to finish setting up each ballot marking device. The AW case is set up just like the P case. Place the screen into the docking area and plug in the power cords. Connect the USB printer cord to the back of the case. Plug the scan gun into the lower compartment and connect the headphones to the handheld device. Lastly, attach the privacy dividers to the stand on the left and right side of the case. Each vote center will have standard voting booths and accessible voting booths which are marked with a blue sticker. They're lower and wider to allow wheelchair access. Place the voting booth upside down on the ground. Remove and extend the 4 legs from the side compartment. Place each leg securely into the holes on the bottom of the booth. Set the voting booth upright, open the case, and secure the privacy screens. The accessible voting booths have leg extenders that must be attached. These pieces can be found in the red canvas bag. Arrange the voting booths according to the room diagram to help maintain physical distancing within the voting area. This completes the vote station. For detailed steps and instructions, CSR should refer to the Vote Center Handbook. Now let's set up the scan station. This is where voters will cast their paper ballots. First, plug in an electrical strip into a nearby outlet and use an extension cord if necessary. Then set up the ballot boxes. 2 CSRs will remove each ballot box from the bag and place it on the floor upright with the Pull to Set Up sticker on top and the handle on the side. Unlatch the clips on each side and carefully pull open the box until the side panels are flat. Then gently lower the floor panel. Next, release the lid panel by unhooking the 3 straps. Lift and extend the double-hinged lid panel and lay it across the top of the box. Gently press the lid panel down. Unlock and open the front door of the ballot box with the red key and firmly press the floor panel down. Place the S case on top of the ballot box with the black foot pads fitted into the indents. Reach inside the ballot box and pull the white cord towards the back of the box to lock the case into place. Expand the gray ballot bag and place inside the ballot box, then close and lock the door with the red key. The S case will be set up similar to the P case and the AW case. Place the screen into the docking area and plug in the power cords. Attach the privacy dividers to the ballot box on the left and right side of the case. Once both scan devices are assembled and arranged in the designated area, place a secrecy folder drop-off bin next to each device. Secrecy folders will be one-time use per voter. Place the I voted sticker dispenser on the ballot box next to the scanning device and place a trash bin near the vote center exit.
Station 3 is fully set up. Great, let's go do signage.
Every vote center will receive a signage pack with detailed instructions on how to set up and arrange signs inside and outside the vote center. Ceiling signs will be installed by a separate Registrar of Voters team during setup. CSRs should not install ceiling signs on their own. CSRs will assemble and place station signs, voter information signs, and COVID-19 related informational signs according to the room diagram. Place hand sanitizer stations at the entrance and exit of the vote center. Stanchions will be essential for line management and physical distancing within the vote center. Connect the stanchions together with the retractable belt. CSRs will use the branded gaffer tape on the floor to promote physical distancing for voters in line and within the vote center. If your vote center has windows, follow the instructions to carefully adhere the window clings to the windows. If your vote center does not allow window clings, adhere these signs to available A-frames. Refer to your site binder for additional setup and placement instructions for outdoor signs. Remember, do not place signs outside until the first day of voting. Now that the vote center is set up, we need to neatly arrange any excess wires away from voters and paths of travel. For the check-in tables, use the provided Velcro straps to neatly bundle cables and excess wires together and direct them toward the edge of the table. Do not let wires hang on the voter side of the table. Wires around the ballot marking devices, printers, and scanning devices should be wrapped behind the devices and away from the voter. Extension cords or any cables that run across the floor should be secured with black gaffer tape to avoid tripping hazards for voters and CSRs. Next, retrieve the equipment daily envelope used in the morning and record the red tab numbers on the devices. Do not remove these red tabs. Load each printer with a few sheets of plain legal-sized paper. Do not open the official ballot paper box until the first day of voting. Then, power on all devices to confirm they are working and operational. Place the self-test reports inside the daily envelope and power off the devices. Do not log in or open the polls on any device on setup day. Before you leave, put away the equipment daily envelope you used for setup and prepare a new envelope for your vote center opening day. The new equipment daily envelope will be used to record the new security tabs when equipment is secured overnight after setup. You will use this envelope again on opening day. The e-poll books and internet routers should be left on and connected to power. Close the e-poll books and place a blue security seal over the opening. Record the security seal number on the new daily envelope. Turn off the remaining devices. Record the red tab number on the new daily envelope, close the case, and attach a blue security tab to the front handle. Record case serial number and front tab number on the envelope. Place the ballot paper boxes, extra supplies, and retained packaging boxes into the supply carts. Lock and cover the carts. The last thing to do before leaving is to clean and disinfect the vote center. Throw away used gloves and cleaning supplies into the trash bins. Great job, everybody. I'll see you guys bright and early on opening day.
Morning, Alex.
Good morning.
The vote center's locked and we can't get in.
Oh, let's check around the building and see if we can spot someone in the next 5 minutes. Well, luckily everything's already set up and ready to go. We'll have to call the vote center help desk if we can't get inside in the next 5 minutes.
Okay, sounds good.
Looks like we're still missing Sarah. We'll have to call the vote center help desk and let them know. But let's start our opening routine for now without her, and she'll jump in when she gets here. When you arrive, make sure you wash your hands, wear your face covering, and put on your gloves. Everything in the room should be the way it was left during setup. First, verify the internet router is on and has a stable connection. Next, locate the daily envelope that was prepared for opening day. Verify each security tab and seal on the equipment is intact and there has been no tampering. Remove the tabs after verifying and open the devices. Do not power on just yet. Open one box of official ballot paper from the supply cart and place a stack of official ballot paper into all printers. Close the printer tray. Place a security seal over the tray and record the printer serial number and the security seals for all printers onto the printer seal verification form. Keep the box of official ballot paper underneath the check-in table for easy access when you need to reload the printers. It sounds like a lot of steps, but don't worry. You can always refer to your handbook for step-by-step instructions. Before turning on the equipment, let's wipe down the devices. The Vote Center handbook will have detailed instructions for cleaning specific equipment. For equipment with non-electrical surfaces, wipe them down with a disinfectant wipe. This includes commonly touched surfaces like doorknobs, voting booths, chairs, and stanchions. Spray the tablecloths on the check-in tables with the fabric disinfectant spray. Hold the disinfectant spray at a distance to avoid dampening the tablecloth, electronic equipment, and paper supplies. Wipe the screens of electronic devices with an alcohol wipe. Avoid any openings in the devices where moisture could collect and damage the device. Wipe away excess moisture with a paper towel. After disinfecting the equipment, it's time to power up the devices and open the polls. Open the e-poll books and log in with your full name and the password. Submit a test print to confirm connection to the ballot receipt printer. Next, power on all devices by pressing the power button. You will need to open the polls on the ballot marking devices and scanning devices. Once the scanning devices are powered on, complete the Scan Daily Reconciliation log. This form keeps track of all the ballots scanned in the devices. You will use this log every morning and every evening. Record the number for sheets displayed on the screen, and then print and sign your name. Place all printed power-on self-test reports inside the daily envelope. On the first day of voting, you will need to print the Xero reports on all the ballot marking devices and scanning devices. This is part of the first voter process. On the menu screen, select Print Xero Report. Then select Open the Polls and enter the Open Polls code found in the e-poll books. Leave the Xero report and the Open Polls report attached to the device until the first voter arrives, verifies, and signs the reports. On all other mornings after opening day, CSRs will only power on the devices, let the self-test report print, and open the polls with the code. Large outdoor directional signs will be inserted into the A-frames, and smaller directional signs will be connected to H-rod posts. Okay, so before we continue, let's decide the attendant roles. Do we have any volunteers for any roles? We can change roles after our breaks.
I can be greeter.
We can be check-in attendants,
Okay.
and I can assist with the voting and at the scanning stations.
Perfect. I'll manage the line for physical distancing and direct voters to check in. First voter of the day. Remember the steps for the first voter. When the first voter arrives, offer them a disposable face covering if they don't have one. Then guide them to check each ballot box and the black ballot collection box are empty. Tear off the Xero reports and have the first voter confirm and sign that no votes have been cast. Place signed reports into the daily envelope, then lock and secure each ballot box and the black ballot collection box. Record the security tabs onto the daily envelope. That wraps up the steps for the first voter. Now we can begin processing voters. These are the steps to process a standard voter. Greet the voter and ask for their full name. Search the voter's name in the e-poll book. Ask the voter to state their address. Once you confirm the correct voter is selected, have the voter sign the e-poll book. Tilt the screen toward the voter and ask them to read the message, sign their name with the stylus, and then tap Done. Tilt the screen back and issue the voter a ballot. Select the ballot type, print the ballot receipt, and scan the barcode using the scan gun. Select the voter's desired language and print the voter's ballot. Mark the ballot receipt and place it in a secure location at your station. While the ballot is printing, inform the voter of the next steps and the 1, 2, 3 process. Let the voter know that there are trash bins at the exit for them to discard their disposable pen and secrecy folder after they cast their ballot. Collect every page of the voter's ballot from the printer and place it inside a new secrecy folder. Hand the ballot, pen, and secrecy folder to the voter and direct them to the CSR line monitor. After processing each voter, disinfect the e-poll book screen and stylus before assisting the next voter. Hi, please stand on the floor markers. Someone will be with you shortly.
I can help the next person?
Hi, I'd like to vote electronically, please.
Of course. Can I get your full name?
Sure, it's Marcela Contreras.
And can you verify your address for me?
1535 Superior Ave in Santa Ana.
Great. Can you verify this information for me and sign with the stylus?
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Next, you will take this to Station 2, where an attendant will take you to a sanitized device. After you place your ballot, you'll go to Station 3 and scan your ballot.
Great, thanks.
This completes the steps to check in a standard voter with a paper ballot and the ballot marking device. CSRs are responsible for disinfecting voting booths and devices after each voter to maintain a safe environment for voters and all CSRs. Remember to follow the proper cleaning guidelines and do not rush through the cleaning procedures. CSRs must thoroughly and efficiently disinfect each station to maintain a safe voting environment, even if there are voters waiting in line. Keep the vote station clean and free of electioneering items throughout the day. Make sure to wipe down all voting booths and ballot marking devices after every voter. The voting attendant should maintain a safe distance from the voter when directing them to a sanitized voting booth or ballot marking device. If a voter would like to mark their ballot electronically, CSRs will unlock the device for the voter. Enter the poll worker code to open the device, then scan the voter's ballot receipt and select Yes to activate the ballot. At Station 3, the scan attendant will politely ask voters to maintain physical distance and wait before walking up to an available scanning device.
Please cast your ballot one page at a time after you see the American flag on the screen. When you're done, remember to drop off your sticker receipt folder in the bin and grab an I vote sticker on your way out. I can assist you if you have any questions.
The scan attendant should face away from the voter while they are scanning their ballot, and CSRs should not scan the ballot for the voter. All voters have the right to cast a private ballot. Remind voters to scan their ballot one page at a time after they see the waving American flag, to drop off their used pen and secrecy folder in the bin, and to take an I voted sticker. Voters have more options and resources at vote centers than ever before. Voters can update their information or request to vote curbside.
Hi, I recently moved to Irvine and I need to update my address.
Of course, that's not a problem. Can I get your full name?
Frank Christian.
What is your previous address?
1237 Lasterbrook Street.
And can I get your new address?
1300 Grand.
Is there an apartment number to this address?
No.
Can you please verify that this information is correct?
Yes.
Then here you'll sign. Here you go. Thank you.
Voters who want to vote in person but do not feel comfortable entering the vote center due to COVID-19 may utilize curbside voting and drive-through vote by mail drop-off. Curbside voting will be available to voters who may be unable to enter the vote center due to a disability, limited mobility, or are affected by COVID-19. This service will be available at all vote centers. Voters will be able to call the number on their voter information guide and speak to CSRs over the phone to check in. Once checked in, an attendant will walk to the voter's car and provide them a replacement vote-by-mail ballot to mark their choices. Select vote centers will have vote-by-mail drive-through drop-off stations with additional attendants to securely collect vote-by-mail ballots. Next, let's process a voter who needs to complete the conditional voter registration process. Conditional voter registration, or CVR, extends the registration deadline for eligible voters, allowing them to register and vote in an election.
Hey, how you doing?
Pretty good yourself?
All right. What is your name?
David Clark.
David Clark.
I was told to come vote here.
You're in the right place. What is your address, David?
2955 Ruby Drive.
I can't seem to find your information in our Orange County voter database. Did you recently move to Orange County or change your name?
Yes, I used to live in Los Angeles, but I moved to Orange County earlier this month. I would like to vote here now.
Okay, well, that's not a problem, and you'll still be able to vote.
Okay.
Just take this envelope, complete it, sign at the bottom, and you can please see your line monitor.
Oh, thank you.
There are different reasons why a voter will need to complete the CVR provisional process. Remember the differences from training between CVR voters and provisional voters and have the handbook available to use as a reference. Do not issue a provisional ballot if it is not required. Once the voter returns with their completed CVR provisional envelope, check that all required fields are completed and that the voter has signed. Search for the voter again using the information provided. If no voter is found, proceed to process as CVR and enter their new registration information.
Can you confirm if this information is correct? Thank you. Please use the stylus, sign your name at the bottom, and touch done. Here's your ballot and pen. Please see your line monitor and it'll direct you to an available booth. When you're done voting, please bring back the form here.
Oh, thank you. My ballot's inside. Is there anything else I need to do?
Yes, please remove the lining and seal your envelope.
There you go.
Thank you. Here's your receipt with an affidavit number to track the status of your ballot.
Okay.
Here's your I voted sticker, and thank you for voting today.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Well,
Customer service representatives should always provide excellent customer service to all voters. Vote centers offer numerous services to voters that request assistance for language and accessibility needs. If a voter needs language assistance, direct them to a bilingual CSR who can assist them.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hola. Necesito ayuda para votar.
Oh, actually, I don't speak Spanish, but Luis can totally help you.
Gracias.
sí, señorita, ¿cómo estás?
Oh, muy bien.
¿Su nombre? Bien, bien.
Maricela Contreras.
Contreras.
If your vote center does not have a bilingual CSR that can speak the voter's language, ask the voter to indicate which service they would like to use. Offer video conferencing first, then telephone support. If the voter's language is not supported, refer to the handbook for instructions to utilize Language Line. When assisting voters with disabilities, remember to address the person rather than the disability.
I'm going to walk you over here so you can go ahead and vote. Use these headphones. So these are for you to do your scan.
All customer service representatives should be able to answer questions that voters may have about the security and safety of the voting process. Remember to be respectful when assisting voters.
Hi.
Hi.
I'd rather not mail in my ballot, so I'm here to drop it off.
Okay, we have secure ballot collection bags right here.
Oh, what security precautions would you take if I were to mail my ballot in?
Well, there are strict security controls in place, and all official ballot papers have a special tint. It's also important to note that vote-by-mail ballots must be returned with a corresponding return envelope. Now, the return envelope contains voter information and requires the voter's signature. Your envelope also has a unique barcode that allows you to track your ballot. You can sign up at Ballot OC Express to receive alerts by email or text when it leaves the office, when it's received by the U.S. Postal Service, and when it's received and processed at the Registrar of Voters.
Oh, that is interesting, but what if I never received it, or if someone else mailed it in for me? I mean, how would you know that it was really me?
Well, all voter signatures are manually verified. Now, the signature on the return envelope must match with the voter signature history record in order for that ballot to be counted.
You know, thank you so much for being very thorough. Here's my ballot to turn in.
Thank you. Have a great day.
Thank you.
As a result of COVID-19, Vote Center customer service representatives will be responsible for maintaining a safe and clean environment for in-person voting at the Vote Center. The Registrar of Voters has expanded their procedures to meet CDC and Secretary of State guidelines for health and safety. Instructions and information regarding our cleaning processes are available in the Vote Center Handbook. All supplies for protection, disinfecting, and hand hygiene will be provided at each Vote Center for CSRs and voters to use. This includes cleaning wipes, hand sanitizer, gloves, and face coverings. Throughout the day, CSRs should take note of inventory levels for these supplies. When your vote center begins to run low, but before completely out, contact the vote center supervisor and request for additional supplies to be provided. CSRs should use personal protective equipment at all times, including those provided by the Registrar of Voters. Wearing both a face shield and face covering will provide additional protection for CSRs in roles with most contact with voters, such as check-in. Cloth face coverings should be washed after use, and disposable face coverings should be discarded daily. CSRs must wear gloves when interacting with voters and handling equipment and ballots. Use a new set of gloves every day and replace them frequently throughout the day to avoid cross-contamination. Hand sanitizer is available to voters at the entrance and exit of the vote center. CSR should practice frequent hand hygiene before and after glove use and should encourage voters to maintain physical distancing. After every voter, CSRs will disinfect check-in equipment and voting equipment. Each check-in table will have its own set of supplies for cleaning and for processing voters, and attendants in the voting and scanning area will each have their own cleaning supplies to disinfect surfaces and equipment. Remember, if an item is used by a voter, clean it if it is reusable or replace it.
Good afternoon. Welcome to the Vote Center. Do you have a face covering with you today?
No, I forgot my mask.
That's all right. We have disposable face coverings available for voters.
No, thank you.
You're welcome.
If a voter does not have a face covering with them, the greeter attendant will provide the voter with a disposable face covering. If a voter refuses to wear a face covering, their right to vote takes precedence.
Hi, I'd like to vote.
Welcome. We do have disposable face coverings available if you don't have one with you.
No, I really don't want to wear a mask.
Okay. While we are adhering to state and local health guidelines for voter and staff health and safety, we understand your desire not to wear a face covering. Thank you.
Thank you.
Can I check you in at the door?
Sure.
This way. The right to vote is of utmost importance, even if a voter chooses to not wear a face covering. In a situation like this, ensure the safety of other voters and thoroughly disinfect all surfaces. Your role as a CSR is to provide excellent customer service to all voters. Good morning.
Hi.
Hey, would you mind removing the button? There's no electioneering allowed.
I'm not removing my button. I'm proud to wear this. It's my right.
I understand, but the law requires that no electioneering take place within 100 feet of the vote center. This includes buttons, hats, or logos that promote candidates or measures.
Why do they have that law anyway?
It's to protect the voter's right to cast a secret ballot free from intimidation.
Oh, okay. Well, thanks for the explanation. I'll put it away.
Thank you for understanding. Electioneering is when people express their political views on a candidate, proposition, or measure. An example would be a campaign button, a t-shirt, or even a face mask. Members of the media are also allowed to be inside the vote center, as long as they respect voter privacy or a face covering, and do not interfere with or disrupt the voting process. Please do not get into conflicts with the media. They are not required to receive prior approval from the Registrar of Voters to film or take photos at a vote center and should be allowed in without incident.
Hi, how can I help you today?
Hi, I'm with the news. I'm here to take a few photos.
Great, media is allowed in our vote centers as long as it doesn't interfere with the voting process and the voters' privacy is respected. Just remember to maintain your physical distance.
Okay, I'll only take a few pictures. I'll be out of your way.
Sounds good.
Media may be interested in interviewing voters and vote center staff. Please note that you are not authorized to speak to the media on behalf of the Registrar of Voters for any reason. If you have any concerns about the media presence, do not confront them or engage in a hostile manner. Please call the media line found in your handbook. Additionally, exit polling may take place outside as long as it is 25 feet from the vote center entrance, and voter interviews may take place outside of the voting room. Neither can take place inside the voting room, so voters have a neutral environment to cast their ballot. When your vote center phone reads 8 p.m., announce that the polls are now closed. If there is still a line at 8 p.m., be sure to send a CSR outside to stand at the end of the line. The polls are now closed. Everyone in line will still be able to cast their ballot. Wait for the last voter to cast their ballot before you begin the closing procedures. It's best to divide into two groups for the closing routine. One group will collect the outdoor signage and secure voting equipment. The other group will suspend the polls and count ballots. Can you log out of the e-poll books and confirm that all transactions have been sent?
Sure thing, Alex.
Let's start suspending the polls on the scan and touch writer devices and then count the live ballots.
All right.
To suspend the polls on the ballot marking devices, press the blue poll worker button on the back of the device. Touch Menu at the top of the screen and select Suspend Polls. Enter the Suspend Polls code and touch Accept. After the Suspend Polls report prints, add it to the daily envelope and power off the device. To suspend the polls on the scanning devices, you will need a new ballot chain of custody form, the Scan Daily Reconciliation Log, the daily envelope, and 2 plastic bags, one for each scanning device. Press the blue poll worker button. On the menu screen, select Suspend Polls. Enter the Suspend Polls code and touch Accept. The Suspend Polls reports and scanned ballots from each scan device must be kept separate. After the Suspend Polls report prints for each scan device, place each report into a separate plastic bag. For each scanning device, record the serial number of the device and the number of sheets onto the Scan Daily Reconciliation Log. Print and sign your name, then power off the device. Next, verify the Security tab on the black ballot collection box is consistent with the number written on the daily envelope. Then remove the tab. Place the tab inside the envelope, fill out the bottom section, use the red key to unlock the ballot boxes. Pull out the gray bag and place the plastic bag with the corresponding Suspend Polls report inside. Count the number of ballot sheets and record it on the ballot chain of custody form. Keep the ballots from each scanning device separate. After you count all the ballots, place them inside the correct plastic bag with the Suspend Polls report and put the completed daily envelope away. Proceed to count and record the number of vote-by-mail drop-offs, CVR provisional envelopes, and any live unscanned ballots onto the ballot chain of custody form. Prepare a new equipment daily envelope to serve as your daily envelope tomorrow. Record the e-poll book number and the security seal number on the envelope. Turn off the ballot printing device and printers. Record the red tab number on the daily envelope. Close the case and attach a new security tab to the handle. Record the case and tab number on the daily envelope. When the ballot marking devices and scanning devices are powered off, close the case and attach a new security tab to each handle. Record the case and tab number for each device on the envelope. Place the new daily envelope in a secure location. You will use this again when you begin your vote center operations tomorrow.
That was quick. Let's go help Alex count the ballots.
All right.
Here you go. Thank you. Let's count the spoiled ballots in the spoiled ballot envelope. We can discard all the folders and count and record the number of spoiled sheets on the envelope.
Sure thing.
And lastly, we don't have any live unscanned ballots to count.
Got it.
So, 1, 2. After counting and recording all the ballots, place the 2 bags of scanned ballots, the bundle of vote by mail envelopes, the bundle of CVR provisional envelopes, and the spoiled ballot envelope inside the blue ballot transport bag. Pull the drawstring and secure the bag by threading a security tab through the ringlets. Tighten the security tab firmly and record the security tab number onto the ballot chain of custody form. 2 CSRs will deliver the blue ballot transport bag to the collection center. Then complete the bottom section of the ballot chain of custody form accordingly. Next, secure the official ballot paper. Open the paper trays for the printers and place the tampered blue seal onto the back of the printer seal verification form. Remove the official ballot paper and place the paper back inside the official ballot paper box. Once all the ballot paper has been returned to the box, seal the box with tape and place a new security seal on the box. Record the new seal number on the form and put it away. Last thing before leaving is to clean the vote center. Throw away used secrecy folders, replace trash bin liners, and disinfect all surfaces and equipment. After the vote center has been cleaned, 2 CSRs will deliver the ballots to the collection center and everyone else will return home. Write the time of departure on the ballot chain of custody form and place it in the outside sleeve of the blue ballot transport bag. 1 CSR places the bag in their trunk and the other CSR travels in a separate vehicle to the collection center. Exit and lock the vote center according to the site binder. This completes the closing routine for vote centers. All procedures and routines will be the same for each day of voting, except for election night when the polls will close. Get a good night's rest and return to the vote center to continue assisting voters during the election. It's election night and a few minutes before polls close. We have a long line at our vote center, but everyone in line before 8 p.m. has the right to cast their vote. Make the announcement inside and outside the vote center when the polls close and have someone stand at the end of the line.
The polls are now closed. Everybody in line will still be able to cast a ballot.
When the last voter casts their ballot, begin the closing routine. Closing procedures on election night are the same as all other evenings, except for 2 differences. On election night, CSRs will close the polls on scanning devices and ballot marking devices and remove the V drives from each scanning device. CSRs will need to break into teams to complete this task in a timely manner. To close the polls on the scanning devices, you will need the following items: the closed polls code found in the e-poll book, the small green bag, wire cutters, the red key, a new security tab, 2 plastic bags, and the Scan Daily Reconciliation Log. Press the blue poll worker button on the scanning device. Touch Close Polls, enter the Close Polls code, and touch Accept. The Closed Polls report will print. When it is finished printing, add it to the plastic ballot bag for that scanning device. Next, touch Print Tally. The tally report will be attached to the vote center. Complete the Scan Reconciliation Log like you have done on previous evenings. Print and sign your name, then power off the device. After the scanning device has fully powered off, take out the V drive chain of custody card from the small green bag and record the red tab number. Remove the tab with the wire cutters and place it inside the green bag. Use the red key to unlock the lower compartment and remove the black V drive. Record the V drive number on the chain of custody card and place the V drive into the green bag. Repeat this for both scanning devices. There should be 2 black V drives and 2 cut red tabs inside the small green bag. Secure the green bag with a security tab and record the security tab number onto the chain of custody card. The chain of custody card should be completed and reinserted into the front window of the small green bag. Close the polls on all the ballot marking devices. Let the closed polls report print for each device, then place it into the daily envelope. After you complete the V-Drive procedures, proceed to count the ballots to deliver to the collection center. Once all closing procedures are completed, 2 CSRs in separate vehicles will drop off the blue ballot transport bag at the collection center. Breakdown and repacking of vote center equipment and supplies will be scheduled for the day after Election Day. All CSRs are required to return on Wednesday after Election Day to complete teardown and clean the voting room. Great job! You made it through election night. Get a good night of rest, and we'll see you tomorrow. Okay, good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's nice to know we can do this now instead of last night. So let's start breaking down the equipment and make sure to help one another lift any heavy objects.
All right, you got it.
Perfect. While breaking down equipment, remember to wear face masks, use gloves, and maintain physical distance when possible. Refer to the Vote Center Handbook and the site binder for detailed instructions to break down and repack the equipment. First, locate the daily envelope and verify the serial numbers on the form match the security tabs on the equipment. After confirming, remove the security tabs and place them inside the envelope. Remove the Velcro straps and gaffer tape securing the power cables. Keep the Velcro straps and throw away the used gaffer tape. Unplug the power cords from the devices and neatly wrap them up. Return the paper tray to its original size and repack the printers into the gray boxes. Place the neatly wrapped cables on top and close the box. When removing the power cord from the back of the devices, grasp the head of the cable and gently pull back to release the catch mechanism. Neatly wrap the power cords and power brick inside the upper compartment. Close and lock the case. Place a new security tab on the handle and write it down on a new Equipment Daily envelope. To remove the scanning devices and ballot marking devices from their stands, reach underneath and pull the tab or cord towards you to release the locking mechanism holding the case. Lift the case off and place onto the floor. Carefully break down each ballot box and place it and the privacy screens back into the ballot box bag. Fold the gray ballot bag and set to the side. Gather all scan guns from the check-in station and place them inside the orange canvas bag with a set of keys. Gather all scan guns and headphones from the ballot marking devices and place them into the second orange canvas bag with the other set of keys. Break down the stands for the ballot marking devices and the mini printer tables. Place the tables and leg extension pieces into the stand bag. Bring the large and standard e-poll book cases to the check-in tables. Look at the numbers on the side of each standard case and locate the corresponding e-poll books and ballot receipt printers. Place the power cords, charging cables, and devices inside the gray cases. Close the case and place a security tab onto the handle. Record the serial number onto the equipment daily envelope. Place the following items inside the large e-poll book case: the label printer, the internet router with antennae and cords, the video conferencing tablet, the mobile e-poll book, and mobile ballot receipt printer, and the Registrar of Voters' cell phone. Close the case and attach a new security tab. Break down the voting booths and place the legs back into the side compartment of each voting booth. Place the plastic leg extension pieces for the accessible voting booths into the red canvas bag. Place posters and small signs into the sign bag. Carefully remove direction posters from the A-frames and place these into the signage box kept from the initial setup. Disassemble the tall blade sign bases and place the pieces inside their boxes kept from setup. Stack the tall blade signs together, wrap them in bubble wrap, and place into the box retained from setup. Place the remaining supplies into the black ballot collection box. After breaking down all the equipment, we can begin repacking the supply carts. CSRs will work together to lift equipment and repack the supply carts. Refer to the site binder for detailed lists and pictures for how the supply carts should be repacked. Okay, we're all done. Great job, everybody. So let's just have a look around the room and see if we might have forgotten anything. Let's lock and cover up these carts, and let's clean up the vote center better than how we found it. Okay. That's it. Congratulations. The election process was a success.